Que recibió esas dos voces, es una de las personas más escuchadas en el mundo, precisamente en este momento de crisis, por Barack Obama, por Angela Merkel. Estuvo en la Argentina, recibió a dos voces, esta es la entrevista exclusiva. Usted señaló que el principal problema de la crisis económica es la crisis política, la falta de liderazgos políticos en el mundo. Este es el centro, la falta de una conducción de Barack Obama, de Merkel, de Zapatero, de los principales líderes políticos?
I think they are, they bear some responsibility for not providing the inspiration for stronger policies. But it's also true that each of them leads a democracy, and the problem is broader. It's the absence of a sufficient consensus among all of the interest groups to do what needs to be done.
La actual crisis en Irlanda es una profundización de la crisis, es una continuidad de la crisis. ¿Qué puede pasar?
Yeah, I would say that this is continuing unfolding of the original crisis. We are left, because of the events of 2008, with an overhang of debt of many kinds. A lot of that was simply pushed into the future. And the future is now. The pretend is not working anymore in Ireland and elsewhere.
Y después siguen otros países, Portugal, España. Usted dijo que el epicentro de la crisis era España en Europa.
I think it will be serious in Portugal and Greece. Maybe not Spain. Spain is a much stronger economy than Greece, Ireland, Portugal. But terrible trouble in Spain, and if Spain gets caught up, then God knows what happens to the whole euro.
Italia, que tiene una gran crisis de liderazgo político, ¿puede caer también en esta volteada?
Italy is a strange case. It's had weak leadership for decades. But it does seem to keep stumbling through.
¿Cómo evalúa en este contexto internacional? Usted hablaba de los países emergentes, está en una mejor situación. Argentina, la situación argentina.
Argentina is a strange, if I may say, and interesting case, and a relatively happy story. Like Brazil, it benefits from high commodity prices. But the strange financial history with the 2002 crisis has largely insulated Argentina from the hot money that is flowing to other emerging nations. So Argentina is, I worry about inflation, but otherwise it looks okay.
Hay, digamos, las fortalezas de una economía como Argentina, ¿cuáles son hoy?
Argentina is a commodity exporter in a world of high commodity prices. It has a competitive exchange rate. And the debt burden is not too high because of the restructuring that has already taken place.
Entonces, como punto débil, ¿usted ve la inflación, el proceso inflacionario en Argentina?
Inflation is a concern, especially because there is great skepticism about the official numbers. It's not like inflation in the past, which was really uncontrollable. It's mostly a question of political will now. So I don't worry the way I worried about inflation 20 years ago. It's a much easier problem now.
Es un tema preocupante, pero que se puede dominar, se puede solucionar.
That's right. It's the kind of issue that only requires some willingness to inflict a modest amount of pain to be resolved.
La falta de estadística oficial creíble genera inflación, ¿es factible un país sin estadística creíble?
I think the problem is not that it causes inflation. The problem is that it raises questions about the willingness to do what is necessary. If the first step in solving a problem is always to admit that you have a problem.
No tener estadística oficial ¿le quita credibilidad al país? O sea, ¿esto genera una incertidumbre aún mayor sobre Argentina?
Well, think of Greece. The problem with Greece exploded because the previous government in Greece was hiding the debt. So it's never a good thing when people don't trust the government's numbers.
Es decir, no tener estadística confiable genera dudas internacionales sobre la veracidad de la fortaleza económica.
Yeah, always. Although in fairness, no one believes numbers from China either. So it's not a unique problem.
Argentina ha hecho un acuerdo con el Fondo Monetario para precisamente revisar las estadísticas y generar un índice nuevo. ¿Esto es un camino correcto a su entender?
Yes, bring in independent outsiders is a good thing, and the IMF, whatever criticisms one has, does have some credibility.
Ya estamos terminando, le quería preguntar, Argentina ha llevado adelante un proceso de desendeudamiento en la última década, de pago de su deuda externa. Hoy, ¿esa política es correcta o teniendo niveles de compromisos bajos es incorrecta?
I don't really know. I think it is important eventually to normalize the situation. Argentina did a very unorthodox thing in 2002 and was right to do it then, but you don't always want to be on the sidelines of the market.
Dos últimas preguntas. La continuidad de la crisis no está vinculada a que las soluciones que se quieren instrumentar a nivel internacional es más de lo mismo, más la lógica bancaria y financiera que la productiva?
I'm afraid so. I think we have a situation where nobody with the power to act is willing to act, and so it just drags on.
Hay mucha gente que lo está viendo en este momento. Usted como un observador externo, ¿qué diría, cómo ve la Argentina en los próximos 2-3 años?
To be honest, I don't track Argentina that closely for the simple reason that you are not a crisis country. I'm terrified about Ireland, about Portugal. I'm worried about Spain. Argentina is, for once, is not an exciting country, which is a good thing.
O sea, nos quedamos tranquilos.
You can be more relaxed than most of us.
Gracias, muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Paul Krugman en A Dos Voces. Y te quería, viste que hizo mucho hincapié sobre el tema de la estadística, la falta, digamos, de credibilidad de las estadísticas.